Hey guys, so we are at the Toronto International Book Fair. It is the last day, it is Sunday. So we're here with
Hana. Yeah, I'm starting that. Hey guys.
We've been having an interesting day so far. It's only about halfway through everything. Me and Alexandra are going to be going to the Megan Steve Banner signing. We all just kind of went to the Lev Grossman signing.
Which was like the best thing
That
ever.
was great. Just hearing him talk about things is so interesting. He has a very interesting view of fantasy, I guess.
I was very, very shocked because when I was reading Magicians, I felt like he didn't like Narnia.
I remember you saying that.
I had this kind of argument going on with myself where it's like, okay, to write this book, he has to really, really know it. He has to really, really know it, but he can't like it. It's so hateful.
I don't know. I just think that sometimes you can care about something so much that you want to make it, you want to explore it in a different way. I feel like that's what kind of happened with him, is that he loves it so much, but he knows that there's
Flaws.
some iffy things that he would like, or not even flaws so much as just another interpretation of the way things could have happened. You know?
Well, I think what he said he did was like he loved it. He read them as a child, and then he adapted it to his state of mind at the time.
Yeah,
and that totally makes sense when you look back.
And I loved how he spent a lot of time talking about how his experience writing Quentin was a lot more personal than it was about the world. Like he was talking about how it's someone who was struggling to come of age and someone struggling with depression and things like that. And it was very interesting to me to hear that part, because I know that Quentin's a character that everyone struggles with, and just seeing where Lev Grossman was coming from is interesting, I think.
And I really liked, I think you pointed out earlier about how he went on about how there's no kind of wizard figure, there's no Gandalf, there's no Aslan, there's no strong guardian mentor person.
Yeah, but he said that, and then I'm like, well, Ember and Umber kind of stand there going, you could kind of probably should do this at some point. This is a very good time to do this right now. So it's kind of they're not strong, but they are there kind of this way.
But I think what he's pointing out is that with Dumbledore and Gandalf and all those people, there's always they care about about Harry or Frodo or whatever. I feel like with Ember and Umber it's not so personal. They just tell them, because whatever, that's their job, but they don't really care about them or what happens to them much.
Do it.
It kind of makes me think of in Song of Ice and Fire, Varys, how he's just in the background, just being for the good of the realm, doing the good of the realm.
But Varys is he's kind of like that, but he has his agenda.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I don't know if Ember and Umber have an agenda. Do you think they do?
No, I've only read the first book, so. What I have of them is I just have the whole, okay, it's time for you guys to leave now. Go away.
Go away, we don't like you.
Yeah.
So I guess it's some kind of order-ish.
Yeah, it's interesting.
He was one of probably the nicest authors to have a book signed.
I know, yeah. And
he's not a fast author, but he's very personable. You don't feel like you're in front of this big author person. He's very just oh, what's on your t-shirt? What's on your t-shirt?
Yeah, he would spend a lot of time drawing people out and just talking to them, which you don't see very often, which is nice.
Yeah.
Also, if Lev Grossman ends up reading Scott Lynch's Gentleman Bastard series, it's to be, so just wanted to let you guys know something.
I definitely appreciate him trying to talk to me, because I was just
and I think he knows that. That's why he kind of helps people out a bit.
Yeah.
He was asking them if they saw any authors. When someone was quiet, have you seen anyone else today?
Yeah.
Well, he asked me about Anne Rice. I'm like, oh yeah, she was nice, and he was like, well, was she?
I heard she's a forceful personality.
She was nice enough to me. She was not my name, but I don't care.
That's interesting. I kind of want to meet her now. Forceful personality is how he described her.
I'm sad that we missed William Gibson and we missed Margaret Atwood. I wanted to meet Margaret Atwood.
Yeah, that was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They did, I don't know if you guys knew this, but they had a celebration for her birthday at 6 p.m. They cut a birthday cake and they gave it around. I heard from a friend, she was yeah, they were giving cake out for Margaret Atwood's birthday. I was away, I was having dinner with another friend, and she's I saw this on Twitter, and I'm
Oh,
It's always when you leave.
I know.
That's when like the real party starts.
I know. It's like,
I wonder what's happening in there right now.
Yeah, we're here. There's someone's probably giving out like piles of books.
yeah.
Like everything on the sales floor is now free.
For the next 5 minutes only.
Complete anarchy. We come back, people are like broken limbs.
Set by paper cuts.
Yeah. Pages everywhere.
So yeah, so it's been a lot of fun.
Have you guys bought any books yet?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I have.
The books I've bought are just like everything from the Ravens Boys and the one first interview with Vampire, and then all 3 Lev Grossman books. That's it.
I think the one that I'm most excited that I got was Horror Store.
Oh,
It's at the
I might go check
Indigo
it out.
Penguin booth.
Oh, okay. So it's not with the rest of them.
But I was wandering around and I saw it, and I just remember I think it was a Lizzie Books. She did a review of it, and I
A lot
was
of
just
people
like,
did a review of it.
I want to have that.
It looks like so much
I
fun.
got into some interesting conversations with the people on the sales floor, like, oh yeah, you got it.
I know, I love it. I think this is my favorite part about like the whole experience right now is talking to people in there, because they all seem to be having so much fun. Like they're working, but they all seem like they're having a lot of fun. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I hung out
But I
with
have-
some authors too.
Yeah, I've been pretty good about buying books so far. I've only got 2 that I bought for myself, but I'm going back. So who knows? By the end of the day, I might not be so good.
Your willpower might just...
Yeah,
I'm
well, I was having trouble with my card yesterday, so that might have been why I didn't buy anything. I fixed it now; it's all taken care of. So yeah.
The one thing that I saw that I wanted but I didn't get, when I went back finally to get it, it was gone. It was the Randall Monroe book, the guy who does XKCD. He had this book of like really weird questions that he has answers for. Like example, how big does a pool have to be filled with radiation for you to get sick if you swim in it? So like really obscure kind
Oh
of
my god, this is like a great book for writers though.
Yeah, I want it.
Yeah,
I want it.
like you know how you're always typing these questions in and you're like, if someone looked at my search history, they'd think I'm a psycho.
My search history is disturbing.
That would be a great way to avoid that though. If you have like this book of random facts, you're like, oh, now I know what to use next time. Or if you're stuck at like a plot point or something, flip a page. You're like, this is gonna happen to my character.
Yes, you are going to die of
Acidic inflammation.
acidic,
I don't know.
or you're gonna.
Nothing.
One of the best things. My favorite thing that happened was I was at the thriller horror discussion, and Andrew Piper was there, demonologist guy, and they were talking about writing books and tax breaks and everything, and he's like, oh yeah, so my cottage, like, I wanted to see if I could get a break on my cottage, and I was talking to my accountant, and they're like, well, if it's research, you can technically make it work, and he's like, so in the last 3 books I've wrote, 3 people have drowned in lakes. Just it's just like,
And that, my friend, is a tax break.
that is a life goal, right
So
there.
funny to hear writers do that, because Lev Grossman was talking about something similar, right? He was like, I went to Hollywood for money. And then he fixed it. He's like, well, but I went there for money, but then they're really, really bad there. So they actually found things that I wouldn't do.
Turned out I have principles.
It's like discovery. I have morals and principles.
And I was kind of laughing too, because I think that would be my mindset going into Hollywood. Be like, nope, I have no principles, and then I'd be like, no,
Well, you guys actually proved that I'm a good person, maybe.
I've been reading David Cronenberg's autobiography. So like when Lev Grossman's like, yeah, I went into Hollywood like basically ready to do whatever they said, and I'm just like, this is
you learned. That's really weird for some I know you guys are possibly interested in like film industry, but to hear that kind of stuff, it kind of scares me a little bit. Like, do I really want to do this? Do I want it bad enough? But it's the same with like all industries, though. I think there's always going to be iffy things.
Well, I mean, my motto as of this year is fake it till you make it.
Yep.
I don't think I can argue with that one.
No. Yeah. It's a good one.
It works.
It really does.
All right, so I guess we should probably wrap this up so we can get back in there. But it was awesome to meet you.
Yeah, you guys too. We had a lot of fun.
And we will see you guys later.